coordinates point to a server in the vicinity. The file our friend was talking about must be stored on it.
Got it.
Okay, but...
There it is. You can hack in from there.
Quiet! Stupid fucker! Fuck! Fucking shit!
We're talking about how Bagley managed to conquer London. Pretty much my favourite topic. I could talk for hours about the rise of the AI system. It's easy to forget about its origins. It's so present everywhere we go now. Bagley just kind of blends into the background.
Bagley is the service AI that's present in every optic device. Whether you're using the optic, Bagley will be there. The AI is streamed to your optic from Bloom Central Command Center, and it is circulated by Sky as part of a
Wait, listen. Popular. It's funny, useful, fast. It's a great companion and really just makes life so much easier. I mean, when you look back at all the service AIs that used to exist, they just can't compete. When you ask Bagley anything, there's a quick answer and loads of information available to you. One day, I let Bagley answer all of my messages for a whole 24 hours and no one even noticed the difference.
The other competitors really just couldn't compete with Bagley. Their answers were so much worse, they didn't understand anything, and Bagley pretty much gets everything right first time. Do you have any idea why Bagley really beats the competition?
Well, it's really the data, isn't it? Ever since Broker hooked up with Bloom, that's when things changed.
And really, that's not actually that great. Bloom has data on everybody. They collect information about everything you're doing.
Network traffic points to the private key bin on some kind of mobile server, probably a van in one of their hideouts.
Bagley Bagley is so special because it's been trained on this huge cache of information. That's how these AI systems work, or at least used to work. I mean, we don't really know that much about the latest
Auto
version
drive now
because there's
enabled.
so much secrecy around the tech. But they're given this huge amount of training data. It's basically a huge database that's used to teach the AI about patterns in behavior. You know, so if you always travel the same way to your house, it can predict when you're going to go and get a self-driving car ready for you before you even ask for it.
That's pretty terrifying. In some ways, I don't want this data to drive my life. It understands too much at times. Have you heard some of the rumours around the hacked version of Bagley?
I've heard mutterings, yes.
I've heard it's been used by DedSec.
I wouldn't put it past them. It's pretty well known that they're not fans of Bloom. But the idea of a souped-up version of Bagley, given it's already so intelligent, is a bit terrifying.
I wonder what they could actually make it do.
Hello and welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications network. Although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yeah, now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through the telecoms tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me, and it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The system network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a
wait to
self-driving
take
car.
this down.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me started on the data. Everything that Bloom sees from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
Life expectancy in the UK continued its fall, reaching its lowest point in 20 years, according to an Office for National Statistics report. Join GBB for an analysis of this distressing trend.
This is London Calling. You're listening to me, Tash, on Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want to know. This time we're turning our focus back on the media to look at my former employer, the GBB. As we know, the broadcast system has become a tool used by the government to circulate fake news and misinformation. So how did we get here? Where did it all go wrong? How can we tell when our national media has become state propaganda? Our experts speak on conditions of anonymity for their own.
Auto drive now
Here's
disabled.
disinformation and media expert Charles, who's seen free broadcasters built up by journalists and torn down by demagogues all over the world.
So before the media fragmented, there was this voice of authority that was trusted and worthy of trust. Then what we ended up with is a really commercial model where whether you're talking about an app on a smart device or whether you're talking about a broadcaster, the most important thing was to keep you in that environment for the longest amount of time possible. To do that,
Auto drive now enabled.
One was the use of manipulative techniques around behavioral economics, things that would just
Auto drive now disabled.
keep you listening, keep you looking for more information. The second is that kind of environment favors...
In case you forgot, the private key you're after is on a server in a van.
Got it.
Watch it.
Hold up. You nasty ass prick.
That's the vehicle there.
Jack the crypto key and going for a joyride like a proper chief. Bagsy, get us a drop site and ask the hacker to meet us.
Got it. Pushing the coordinates now. You're being followed. Try and lose them. That's done it. You've gotten away.
In fact, they were victims of insurgent forces who attacked them.
The news isn't neutral, it's a battleground. Here's media researcher and academic Alfie.
Auto drive now enabled.
What the hell? You were supposed to be here to drain the bloody account.
Well, obviously I'm not going to wait out there in the open for Clan Kelly to show up, am I? I'm nearby, running the download remotely.
Funny you should mention that. I'm seeing multiple Clan Kelly hostiles converging on the van right now.
Fuck me. Alright, I'll keep him busy while you grab the P.
On it.
You've made it your whole life not dying. Don't quit yet. You lived, but you will die someday. Best to make peace with that now. Transfer complete. I'll open a channel to our hacker friend.
Yes, we did it. That money's going back where it came from. I owe you guys big time.
Well, you want to repay us? Then join us. We need man them like you.
You kidding? Hell yeah.
Terrorists, criminals, everyday accidents.
Welcome to DedSec, fam. We're getting smarter, faster, and madder every day.
Bang in. Hype to expose the bastards in charge, yeah?
Sick.
Not sticking around for this.
Did you ask over here for an ID? What? Oh, sure, of course. Hope everything's above board. All moving with a scanner. Of course.